Hey guys, you all are once again welcomed in Apala Online Pathshala, where we make you wake up and fly. Here, I'm your mentor Anurag, and today I have brought a very interesting and significant topic for you, that is auxiliary verb. So, without wasting time, let's begin. Dear students, in your previous classes, you all have learnt about verbs. So, a verb is a word in a sentence which expresses the action going on. While framing a sentence, we need two kinds of verbs. The first one is primary verbs and the second verb is auxiliary verb. A primary verb is a verb which expresses the action going on in the sentence, while an auxiliary verb is a helping verb. It is used with the main verb to form a verb phrase. For example, she was calling her friend. In this sentence, the word calling is the main verb. This is the main action going on in the sentence. And the word was is an auxiliary verb used in this sentence. You can also see some other examples given here. Like, we are getting late. She is dancing. Food is packed. Here are, is are auxiliary verbs given in these sentences. Guys, there are many auxiliary verbs like be, have, do, can, could, may, might, shall, should, must, will, would, used, need, dare, ought. All these are called auxiliaries. And I am sure that you have heard about many of these in your previous classes too. Auxiliary verbs can be divided into two parts: primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. The verbs be, have, and do are often referred to as primary auxiliaries. They have a grammatical function in a sentence. The rest in the above list are called modal auxiliaries. We can also call them modals, which is very popularly known. They express attitude like permission, possibility, probability, prohibition, etc. So, be, have, and do are primary auxiliaries, and can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, etc. are called modals. Here in this video, we will learn about primary auxiliaries, their structures, and about their functions. Dear students, these auxiliary verbs can be used both in present and past forms. Here in this table, the present and past forms of these primary auxiliary verbs are given in front of you. Like, is, are, and am are the present forms of be, while was and were are the past forms. Do and does are the present forms of do, while did is the past form. And has and have are the present forms of the auxiliary verb have, and had is the past form. Now let's see these with some good examples. Now here in this table you can see I have used some personal pronouns and the present and past forms of auxiliary verb be. In this table, you can see I, we, you, and they, which are plural personal pronouns, while he, she, and it are singular personal pronouns. The use of auxiliary verb be is also distinguished according to the number of these personal pronouns. Like, with we, you, and they, we use are in present form and were in past form. Similarly, with he, she, and it, we use is in present form and was in past form. With the personal pronoun I, we use am in the present form and was in the past form. Always remember that am is always used only with I. Try to get the point with these examples. I am a faithful person. He was a doctor. We were reading a book. They are very happy. In all these sentences, am, was, were, and are, all these are the forms of auxiliary verb be. Now it's very important for all of us to learn the function and application of these auxiliary verbs. The table below illustrates the application of these primary auxiliary verbs. We have learned that is, am, are, was, and were are the forms of auxiliary verb be. Now we are going to learn the function of these 5 auxiliary verbs. These are used in the formation of present continuous and past continuous tenses, like she is sewing a dress. I am leaving tomorrow. Both these sentences are in present continuous form. You can also say these sentences like this. She was sewing a dress. I was leaving yesterday. These primary auxiliary verbs can also be used in the sentences where action is more important than the subject. Like, the missing child was found. You can also understand this that these auxiliary verbs can also be used in framing passive sentences. The sentence given here is a passive sentence where was is an auxiliary verb and found is the past participle form of the verb find. These verbs can also be used when followed by an infinitive. It is used to indicate a plan or an arrangement. You can also say that these verbs can be used in the sentences showing near about future, like we are to leave next week. In this sentence, we are going to leave in the next week. Action is going to be happen in near about future. These verbs also denotes command or request in imperative sentences, like you are to see the principal right now. It's a command given to someone to go and see the principal right now. In all these examples, you can see the function of auxiliary verb be. Now let's understand this with some more distinguished examples. Here are shown the functions of is, am, are, was, and were as helping verb. In the continuous tenses, like we are reading a book. In passive voices, like the poems are written by him. These are also used to form questions with the syntax helping verb plus subject plus main verb. Like the example, is he writing a book? One more important thing about these verbs is they can be used not only as helping verbs but also as main verbs in the sentences to express physical and mental conditions, like she is an intelligent girl. In this sentence, the word intelligent shows the mental condition of the girl, and the verb is used here as a main verb. These verbs are also used to frame questions, like is she an intelligent girl? Always remember, students, that in an interrogative sentence, the helping verb is always used before the subject given in the sentence. As main verb, the verb is, am, are, was, and were are also used in simple present tense and in simple past tense to form sentences, like tiger is a wild animal. In this sentence, the verb is a main verb. In simple past tense, like the boys were very smart, and here the verb were is a main verb. These verbs are also used in imperative sentences. Remember, students, imperative sentences are those sentences in which any sort of command, request, suggestion, advice, or prohibition is stated. Like, be careful about your health. In this sentence, be is a main verb, and the most common sentence you have heard many times in your classroom by your teacher whenever you are making a noise, that be quiet. In this sentence, be is also a main verb. I hope you all enjoyed this video very much, and it is quite helpful to you for develop an understanding about the use of auxiliary verb be. In next video, we will discuss about the remaining two auxiliary verbs, do and have. Till then, keep smiling and keep learning. Bye-bye.